Now, 70 years before citizenship and another 50 years before we'd have the way for all to get into our courts and have the ability to just get the state of Michigan to recognize these treaty rights. U.S. versus Michigan case, a couple other cases did that. Those days are over. And they're not over because of me so much. They're over because of the people that are in this university, in Yale, Harvard, some of the best universities in this country, getting master's degrees and doctorate degrees in environmental engineering, environmental science. Enrolled members of my tribe, and non-Indians as well that have an appreciation for the environment and for these resources. They're coming. I've said to Weyerhaeuser, you better deal with me because those people coming in behind me, they're going to make me look like a softie.
That's you people.
That's some of you people, that's right. So, 50 years, we get the state of Michigan to pay attention. And this next year will, as a result of this project, inspect, along with our non-Indian partners, I'm a member of the Friends of the Huron Mountains, but their organization will inspect culverts that are perched and blocked and otherwise restricting fish passage. I encourage you to listen to the Washington versus the United States 2018 case. Even Judge Gorsuch, this is President Trump's first appointee, first time I've ever heard this, said, what's a material restriction of fish? He's asking the Attorney General for Washington, who's trying to save the state of Washington out of a $2.3 billion price tag because they had 800 and some odd culverts blocking fish, blocking sand. The Attorney General said, well, 50% would be material, 5% less would. And Gorsuch said, why not 5% material when we're talking about security exchange financial cases, you know, billionaires' money, they don't want to lose 5%. I almost fell out of my chair. We have a Supreme Court, even the conservative members of the Supreme Court realize that even 5% blockage of these fish is material. We have a right to those fish. Those are resources for which the Keweenaw Bay Indian Community is under federal law a trustee for, and all other natural resources, the air, the water, the fish, the wildlife, biota, the soil, all of it are natural resources under federal law. We talk about trees. It just happens to be counted. One tree can make enough oxygen to keep all of you alive a day. Trees are what absorb, consume carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, other pollutants, fixes nitrogen, makes sugar in food, changes colors with the seasons, on and on. Cutting, I think we could just do an analysis. How many trees per 2.5 megawatt turbine do we have to cut down to do this? But with a massive road network in place. And this is yes, by the way, you saw that map that Bert had up with all the green area. It's yes to allowing it in all that forest district land. RES has a phase 2 and a phase 3. Then that project's much larger. 3 times as many turbines are in place. Massive road network. There's 24 known massive sulfide deposits in that area. Every one of them will be economically viable. And you're going to have a mining district. So say goodbye to everything, everything, south of Lake Superior and north of US Highway 41. It's gone. That ain't going to happen on my watch. That's not going to happen. And my tribe will fight that to the bitter end. All of that. Now, if you look at a map of the thumb in Michigan, where they have 700 and some, and it keeps growing.
786, I believe it is.
Kind of amounts to about the same area. It's kind of like a perfect fit there. The only difference is this is poor to mediocre wind, which is the reason those blades, and that was another thing our local officials, who we will help on May 7th. We're going to help our local government we, Indians, from Seba, the Indians, which are in the township of Lawrence, outside the village, big voting block within that township, help these non-Indians for once. Save them from themselves. And save this. Because we don't need another 5, 7 decades of Indians coming up, standing around watching the decimation of their resources and their treaty rights. I'll end it right there.